All right, so tell me about what your goals are for like aim training, improving what you're trying to get done, what you're trying to do, and all that.
Yeah, so last season on Valorant, I hit Ascendant for the first time, currently Diamond 2. Uh, so I got to like Ascendant 1, but I kind of got there by playing really ratty on Cypher, right?
Daznarth style, yeah.
Yeah.
If I can coach
Uh,
Daznarth,
s-
I can coach you.
so it's like I've got loads of bad habits from when I like first started aiming because when I watched loads of videos online to try and get better,
Hmm.
and everyone kept going on about how you should arm aim because I started on Overwatch back in
It's
2016.
not wrong to aim
And
with your arm. You should just also use your wrist, your arm, everything.
yeah, that's what I mean. But I interpreted that as only use my arm.
Yeah.
So I basically spent 3.5 years just using my arm.
Okay. It's better than
Then
three
I
and a
started
half
playing
only using
Valorant.
your wrist, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then I started playing Valorant and I kind of like incorporated some wrist aim as well. And
All right.
then I saw a bunch more videos saying fingertip grip was better. So I've been trying to fingertip grip.
Okay. So, do you have
And
a hand cam? Like a
I
webcam you can
don't,
get?
unfortunately. I
Okay.
took a couple of pictures if that
All
helps.
right, let's look at those, I guess.
So it's like basically there's two grips. There's like my original kind of like palm grip, uh, and like my kind of like fingertip
Okay.
tip grip. So that's the palm grip. That's the one I was using.
All right. And what mouse are you using?
RZA Viper. Did
Okay.
they come through? Yeah,
Yep, it looks like they came through in the opposite order you said they'd come through. Just
yeah.
the
First
Razer
one's palm.
Viper or Viper Mini? Which Viper? There's a lot
Just
of
Viper, I think. Yeah, not the mini.
Ultimate, I guess.
Yeah, the ultimate. That sounds right.
Okay. So, ah, what you'll find is that if you try to do too much, what people find a lot of the time is that when they use grips like this on a heavy mouse, like a 75-gram mouse, like the mouse you're using, it can become really hard. Your fingers will be really tense, and it's just really hard to
Right.
allow finger motion into your aim when your mouse is that heavy.
Okay.
So, mhm, let's see. That's definitely that's definitely a bit of an issue. So, if you wanted to experiment with lighter mice, you could go down to like I think G-Wolves has a lot of high qual or not high quality. G-Wolf's products are like medium quality, but they understand mouse weight better than any of the really high quality like main brands like Logitech, Razer, all of them. They're
Yeah.
I I personally use a G-Wolves mouse. I don't have issues with it. I know people will have issues with their mice from time to time. One thing about them is they don't take any returns unless your mouse is like broken when you receive it because they're such a small company, but their mice get a lot lighter than pretty much anyone out there, and like they'll
Yeah.
make and in a variety of shapes too. So I'd maybe look into something like that. Like you probably it looks like your palm touches in both grips. So
So
one's more of a
on
claw.
the one where my fingers are straightened out, the palm like doesn't have contact. It's just close.
It doesn't have contact on the finger
Doesn't
straighten
have
out.
contact.
Okay, yeah. But that one doesn't really matter if your palm touches or not because it's so buried in things. Hmm. So what I would say to that, there's a lot more experiments and stuff we can do that if you had a hand cam set up for the session, like a webcam directed at your hand.
Yeah.
But even with your, but I'm gonna say that when you use the second, so the palm does touch with the second grip. Or the first
which
grip,
one
the
it is.
upper one, the one.
Yeah, yeah. So the palm's touching there.
I'm guessing you started out by trying to not have the palm touch, and then you just found the palm kind of gravitated towards it after a little bit of using it.
I don't remember actually 'cause I used that for a while. I used to use like I had like the big like Logitech
Okay.
502 I think when I played
Yeah, that's
Overwatch.
very heavy.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
so
like
how
I had
long have
like
you been on the not palm grip?
like the fingertip one.
Yeah.
So I tried it like curled, but what I found is I almost needed to like for it to be comfortable and feel more steady. I had to like change the slant on the mouse in my hand.
So that your
If that
palm would
makes sense.
touch?
No, so that like the fingers felt comfortable, like I could
Oh,
control the
okay.
mouse. If that
Okay.
makes sense. But then
Hmm.
obviously that meant completely relearning which way's up, which way's down while aiming and all that kind of stuff.
Oh, so your mouse is tilted a little bit differently now, and
Yeah.
that's bothering you? Okay,
Uh,
that's actually a
but
super easy fix. I guess if you've already practiced it for so long, it's a bit
no, but
late.
that's I mean I used that grip from like August to October. Decided I didn't like it. Then went over to like the straightened out finger one pretty much since then.
Oh, sensor
Like so,
rotation should never be an issue with your mouse. Can you watch my screen share real quick?
yeah,
Basically, oh geez, this is painful. Apply the one. Okay, cool. So basically, this is raw Excel. You don't actually have to use it for the Excel. A lot of people don't realize that it has some pretty basic just mouse settings that you can apply without having to like actually do any acceleration. It basically changes a lot about your inputs. So
yeah,
you can split your X and Y sensitivity. You can change like you can multiply your DPI by a factor of literally whatever, and you can rotate your sensor by any amount of degrees. So if your grip rotates your mouse sensor in your hand, say 30 degrees one way, and you can kind of figure that out using like you can rotate it 30 degrees the other way so it feels the exact same, right?
yeah.
So if you ever have trouble with like exactly how your mouse grip feels, you can use that, if that makes sense.
Makes sense. Yeah, yeah. I'll send you a picture of like the other grip that like the
Okay. Doesn't look like that one. The two pictures you're sending me should be more than a few degrees off. They look
yeah. So those ones are like straight. That's the one I kind of like had to change to.
okay.
So
So
it's like
yeah,
on
that one it's
slant.
like yeah, I see that. It's like probably 15 degrees to the left, so you'd rotate it like maybe yeah, that's
Yeah.
probably
So
15 to
if I like
maybe even
curled my
30
fingers in
degrees.
a fingertip,
Yeah.
it's like on the right side where my ring and pinky finger are. Like I felt like I just couldn't
Yeah.
control. Like it felt really uncomfortable to keep them out straight.
Okay, that so that's why it's tilted.
Yeah. So
And
like I
then
kind of like
once it
tilted
tilted, it
into
was
those fingers
comfortable,
so
but
that
the
they're more
sensor
like
was rotated weird.
yeah. So like that's why it's tilted. So it's more like pushing into those fingers, if that makes sense, rather than being like
All
neutral.
right.
I don't know.
So, all right.
Yeah, I was kind of just hoping that you could maybe watch me do like 2 or 3 death matches on Val, maybe.
Yeah, we can watch a deathmatch and we'll figure out exactly what's going on. But it's
Yeah,
really hard to judge the grips, one, when your mouse is so heavy that it's like you might have to make some sacrifices. Like, I'm not saying you necessarily will, but you might. And two, it's hard to judge the death matches when you don't have the hand cam set up in terms
yeah,
of
of
physical
course.
mechanics. I can like so like you could show me it's really hard to say exactly what's happening with the footage in game when you don't show
Yeah,
when there's like nothing really.
yeah. Unfortunately, I don't have
That's
anything that I can plug in.
it's fine. Let's see. So, let's let me just look through this real quick. It's fine. Let's see. Another important thing is a lot of times people think too much about their grip, right?
Yeah.
So you'll notice that a lot of the changes you end up making to your grip over time, you just probably didn't intend to make, right? You were
Yeah.
aiming and your grip just kind of shifted.
Yeah.
That,
So the first one that I sent, that's kind of like what happened with that one. Because like I heard about claw grip, so I thought I'd give that a go. So I really clawed my fingers, like a lot. Uh, and then it just kind of like naturally kind of like flattened back out. So there was a bit of a bend, like what you see there.
yep.
I don't know if that makes sense.
No, it makes sense. It makes sense. So the claw bend it out. Yep. All right. So this is interesting because so you'll find that like the changes happen naturally, but at a certain point, like also sometimes if you've been doing something wrong for a while, you start to get like very bad with your ability to aim with your fingers and all that.
Yeah.
So you kind of need to force yourself to learn to aim with your fingers, right? Like, but when you do that, you wouldn't want to think too much about exactly what the grip sort of quote unquote input is, like the put my
Yeah.
finger here, put rather just the output of can I move my fingers? Is it stable in my hand? And that would really be the experiments you'd want to run. Like, can you move your fingers? Is it stable in your hand? So, it's and if you can't find a grip that does both, like if you feel like what happens is you go into a scenario like raw mouse control clicking 3, you play that for a bit, and then you go into a
Yeah.
scenario like wide wall, pokeball, 3 targets, and you're flicking around a lot faster, and your grip either shifts or like obviously your grip will shift somewhat because it's such a different scenario. But if your grip shifts a lot to the point where you can't move your fingers anymore, and or your mouse just flies out of your hand, then that's a good sign that the issue honestly might just be that the mouse is a bit too heavy for you.
Yeah. Yeah. I've never had the mouse fly out my hand. Like that's never
No,
happened.
that's good. Have you been able to move your fingers?
It's. I feel like I am, but it's like
It's
equally, it's like hard to tell, like in the moment, if that makes sense.
that I know it makes perfect sense. It's completely fine. It's just also hard to tell where there's no real camera to look at how your hand moves.
Yeah.
Hmm. Let's see.
I think this is mainly like I've chopped and changed so much now at this point that I almost just like these are the three that I've had most success with and felt most comfortable with while aiming. I kind of want someone who like obviously knows what they're talking about to just have a look and see if
Uh-huh.
there's like one way you just like, come on, mate, you should be using that one kind of thing. That one's
I
the
mean,
best by a mile.
mm, and if we had a camera, I probably could do that.
Right.
It's very hard to judge from static. Do you have a second Discord account?
Uh, no. I
Is
could
there any way we could
probably.
get like Discord on your phone and on your computer? Like running like where you have your phone propped up and that's the camera?
Give me a minute. I could probably create an account.
Perfect. That we can work with.
Right.
All right, cool, cool.
Right. I'll add them to the. Well, add that account to the call.
Nice, nice. Let's see. Should we just call this
Yep.
the Aimer7 profile picture? Let's see. Do you also aim train, or are you just here just for the sake of trying to change the mouse grip?
I do. Aim labs.
Okay. Then you don't even own Kovacs?
I don't have Kovacs, no.
No. Okay. All right. Do you use AimLab ever? Like, how many minutes have you put in the last week to AimLab hours?
I haven't done much, like in the last like 4 months or so, but I do
Okay.
have 195 hours on aim labs, so
Okay.
I
So
have
you're
done
really just here
quite a
to
bit.
talk about mouse grips with me. That which is fine.
It's
It's
more
fine.
with aim labs. It's more just that I didn't want to practice something if I wasn't going to commit to it.
Okay, so you do
So
want to practice. You do want to get back into
yeah,
practicing. All right,
yeah,
cool. So let's see. Set up your phone camera, launch up Valorant, and stream me a deathmatch with your camera.
yeah,
Also enabled.
yeah. Just trying to work out where to prop up the phone. So yeah, so I literally have nowhere to prop this up, which isn't good. Because we kind of want that downward angle, don't we? That's fucking the wrong. I'm an idiot.
No
There we go.
worries, no worries.
Just trying to work out, can we get that do? Yep.
All right, nice, nice, cool. So launch up the Valorant,
Yeah.
and let's just see what we got. Watch the stream, full screen, show non-video participants. All right, let's see what we got. Just a quick deathmatch, and let's see if we can figure something out.
Right. Which grip do you should I start with?
Close your eyes, just shake your hand around, grab your mouse, and see what happens when that happens. When you do that, don't think about it.
Yeah.
Just whatever your
This,
mind defaults to.
this is
So,
what I have been using, so I'll start with this.
all right. Just see what- Is there any chance your phone's not connected to Wi-Fi and only on cellular? Because I'm getting like 3 frames on the.
Uh, it is on Wi-Fi. My Wi-Fi signal in my room is just really bad.
All right, nice. And your PC's wired? Is that why it's a lot faster?
Yeah, PC's wired.
Is there any chance you could switch the phone to cellular and that would be stronger?
I can give it a go.
All right, cool.
Turn off the Wi-Fi.
Everyone note down your observations, then let's run it again. Fight. Quick peeks now.
Don't really know this map that well yet.
It's actually better, yeah. Yeah, no worries. We're not looking at the map.
Got one.
Is there any way you could move the phone above your hand?
Not really, no.
Terminated. One down.
Okay, I'll go over to palm, see if I can like the kind of claw grip. It's, I mean, I feel like my aim was a lot better when I was actually like in plat before they changed like the rank system. But because my understanding of the game wasn't as good, I wasn't as high of a rank.
You see how getting into harder lobbies could make your aim feel worse, right?
Yeah.
Alright.
Perfect accuracy.
Kills remaining.
Should I go over to the last one? Where it's like
Deleted.
5 kills remaining.
God, that was rough. Yeah, like this with this one, it kind of feels like it's more shaky, but when it's on, it's really on. If that makes
Mhm.
sense.
That's probably got something to do with the mouse weight, like we were talking about earlier. Like, with that one, you have more range of motion from your fingers, so it's easier to make small micro adjustments. But at the
Yeah.
same time, you have no contact from your palm, so on this mouse weight, it might be kind of difficult. Can you launch up AimLab for me and just show me that?
Yeah, there was. Of course, there had to be an update today, but I did start downloading it, so might be a minute.
It's all good.
In 40 seconds. So
Nice.
yeah, well, I also feel when I go over to this like fingertip type one, as opposed to like the palm or like the straightened out fingers one, I feel like my tracking is much worse. But again, I don't know if that's because like the slant in the mouse, so it's like obviously aiming up and down is a bit different.
Let's see. We can. If you don't like the slant, again, you can just install raw Excel and just rotate the mouse sensor a bit. That wouldn't be too hard to do if you honestly want to do it. But it is almost impossible to get anything from your phone camera because Wi-Fi or not, it's 3
Yeah, as it
frames.
runs slow.
Yeah, it's
Stick the Wi-Fi back on.
it's like your hands off your mouse, then it just teleports on your mouse, and if you move it slightly
Yeah, I'm
fast,
looking.
everything blurs way too much for me to see anything.
Yeah, I'm looking at Discord now and I can see it.
Yeah, it's not easy.
New UI. Right. Which task do you want me to go for?
Which task? I just think, show me the. I can't see the aim lab for whatever reason. Are you streaming it?
It says I am.
All right, I'm gonna hang up and join right back. Still any aim lab? Hold up, let me try this. There we go. I just fixed it. Let's go to search up.
Yeah.
Try raw mouse control clicking. Let's see if they've even added that to AimLab yet. Oh, there you go. See raw mouse control reload. Play that.
Yeah.
Play now when it lets you. Oh. Oh, perfect. All right, click to
Yeah.
begin and let's just see.
Right, okay, this is like the claw. Got the wrong crosshair on. That's not good.
Can your chair go any higher?
A little bit, I think.
You're slouching forward, you're like leaning forward and shrugging up your shoulders to compensate for your forearm putting too much pressure into the desk, it looks like.
Right.
Do you feel that? Like your forearm? Too much?
Yeah, I know what
Yeah.
you mean.
If your chair can go any higher, your table can go any lower, that'd probably feel more comfortable. Looks like you're even tilted so that your right shoulder is like a decent bit higher than your left one, just so you can get that extra bit of vertical motion from your shoulders. I
Right.
can
Let's see if I can.
share that all. That'd probably help a lot.
Right.
Cool, cool. So let's see. Show me a different grip.
Yeah, I'll do the straight fingers.
All right, you can show me the last one. Did you feel any form of stress on your shoulder at all, like when you were going between targets that were separated vertically?
On the second two, no. On the first one, like when I was like fully like palmed
Yes.
on, I could feel it like tense
You
up here. Yeah.
should feel it the least on that one. So on this one, this one's really the only one that you actually had some finger motion on. I'm
The third
surprised
one.
you didn't the third one. I'm surprised you didn't feel any tension on the second one. It might just be the camera angle and the fact that I can only get like 3 frames per second, and I'm not exaggerating by that. Um,
Yeah.
but that's what it looks like to me. So this one, you said the main drawback for you was that it felt tilted.
Yeah, and it also felt a bit more shaky in general.
Okay.
Like on more like wide flicks, I would shake a bit more.
So sounds about right, honestly. So the way I see it is this. This script, the sensor rotation issue should be ignored because you can very easily fix that.
Yeah.
Um, let's see. The the other two grips did not seem to provide any ability for you to move your fingers, which are very precise joints. So, in order to use them, you'd have to make that sacrifice. Um, but with this grip, you have the sacrifice that you're very shaky when you flick, right? And
Yeah.
what is so that can be trained. You can practice to be less shaky with this grip, and you can practice and put in hours to be more precise without using your fingers. I personally feel it's best to get a new mouse that's a bit lighter, maybe a 50-gram mouse. You probably don't want to jump all the way to a 20-gram mouse because those will be a lot smaller and it just the size won't feel right to you.
Yeah.
But if you could get a 50 gram mouse, maybe a mid 40s gram mouse, that would probably solve some of the shakiness of this grip. And then the other part of the shakiness here, exit to lobby,
Yep.
search for me, wide wall. Try it as 2 words.
Wait, which one is it?
Try it as two
Oh.
words. Try the first one that pops up. I'm not entirely sure what this will be. Oh, no, wait. You see wide wall 3 targets down there?
This one.
Yeah, try that one. That one will probably be that. A lot of... I'm just hoping the Kovac scenarios have the same names as the aim lab ones. Click to begin. So you're down kind of low for this. What? Okay, it appears whoever made this did not finish it, so you can leave the scenario. Try the top. Try searching it. Try type in, before you type that in, type in Pokeball and see if anything different comes up. Pokeball. Oh, yep. Top one, top one. Nope, back it out. Where did it go? There you go, top one now.
Yeah.
I don't know why finishing the word. Let's see what pops up. Okay, cool. So yeah, just play the scenario on the grip, the last grip.
Are they meant to be disappearing, or am I just miss it?
Oh, you gotta hold down on your mouse the whole time. If they have like a set amount of health, and you basically gotta hold down full auto, fire a few bullets to kill them. Are you not holding down on, like, you don't have to ever take your finger off the, I guess it might
I'm
feel
with you.
not right, but yeah. Does that create a lot of pressure in your hand?
Yeah.
Alright, where you're a Valorant player, you could probably just bind a key button to shoot. For the
I
sake of
remember
this
the
thing.
other thing, the other issue I had with the script, which I forgot about before, was sniping. Using like the op or the marshal. Because I've naturally always used, because I came from Overwatch, I use hold to ADS, and I find it really hard to get out the habit.
Okay, well, that's not an issue, right?
Yeah.
It's not an issue that comes from the grip itself. It's just a skill issue, right? If you want to
Yeah.
use hold ADS, that's fine. Just play when you play the scenario, hold ADS, right? Just hold the ADS button and aim, right?
Yeah.
So if you were to practice, so what I would do for you is I would practice on this scenario, right?
Yeah.
While holding ADS and while not holding ADS, to kind of improve your ability to just lightly tap your fingers on your aim, on your mouse when you're aiming, right?
Yeah.
During the script, and that will kind of take care of that issue. Let's see. Restart it.
Should I ADS here, or just
Hold,
go normally?
click, and hold, yeah. You can do either one. It doesn't matter to me. I just want to look a bit more into your technique. The scenario. So the other thing you'll notice is that you shake around, right? It's
Yeah.
obviously a skill issue. And what you got to do is just work on not doing that. One, you want to work on, when you finish the flick, slowing down your mouse to a stop. And two, you want to work on having the control to be able to hit these bots. All right, so what do you think changed between these two runs that caused such a different score?
What I was holding the trigger, wasn't tapping.
Oh, right, that
But
that was the issue. Yeah, I
yeah,
forgot about that. I was thinking like nothing I told you should have done that. I forgot you had that for the issue for the first half of the run. That's good. So replay it.
yeah.
Hold down and flick between the targets. All right, that's looking better. So that was a 2 point difference, but it was a lot cleaner than the first half of the previous run.
Yeah,
You notice that? All right, cool.
it felt cleaner there.
Good, good. Hey, second score in the world. Uh, let's see. So now let's take care of that sensor issue. Download raw Excel real quick for me.
What's that?
I'll send you the GitHub link. Hold on.
It's called just raw Excel.
Yeah, it's just called raw Excel. It's just a mouse Excel driver, but it allows you to rotate your sensor as well. Here you go. I think this should help. Let me check. Raw Excel link. Looking for the actual. So it's GitHub page.
Alright, I'll just download that another time. It's alright.
Huh? Okay, you
I'll
don't want
just
help
download.
setting it up and
Yeah,
like setting up the rotation?
I'll just download that another time. It's fine.
Alright, you don't want me to help you set up the rotation at all?
I'll be alright. I think
Alright.
I've got the grip sorted. Guess the only other thing I'd ask is did like when you saw me playing, did the sensitivity look okay? Did it
I
was it not too shaky?
didn't really. I don't think. I rarely think sensitivity is to blame for people's shakiness unless they're on a super unreasonable, unheard of
Yeah,
sensitivity. And based on how far you were moving your arm, I'm going to say it's very unlikely you were, but it was hard to tell because of how I'm getting 3 frames per second.
yeah.
Let's see. So, what exactly were your, what exactly is your sense?
800 DPI 0.377.
Okay, that is like the most generic Valorant sense ever. That sense has never caused anyone an issue in their life.
Right,
Uh,
okay.
let's see. So, what would I do if I was you? One VT. What's this called? Wide wall, 3 targets. Pokeball. Valorant. Two. Raw mouse control reload. So, if I were you, what I would do is I'd send you 2 scenarios. I feel like you're probably not going to want to
Yep.
train for more than 10 minutes a day, seeing as you haven't trained for 4 months. We want to build up the good habit of playing every day rather than doing a 30-minute, 40-minute playlist that takes you um 30, 40 minutes, right?
Yeah.
Let's see. And you quit it after a week. So maybe just do like 5 runs of each of those scenarios every day. For the first one, you can just focus on flicking faster, stopping the flicks. For this, stop flicks, don't shake on micro adjustments. You understand the concept of a micro adjustment?
Yeah, it's just that small kind of movements that you normally do with your fingers, yeah.
Okay, cool. Sometimes hold ADS. Don't over tense. All right, for this one, raw mouse control reload. Make small finger micros between targets. Don't sometimes hold ADS. Don't over tense. All right. So I feel like if you play these two scenarios, the first one, what it's going to do is get you more comfortable with your flicking, more comfortable with not shaking every time you approach a target. The second one, what it's going to do is get you more comfortable moving your fingers between targets.
Yeah.
This is the HTS Plus. It's a light mouse. It's wireless. It's very it's well reviewed by people. Good sensor, 48 grams plus or minus 2 grams. Um, you can change the DPI on it, but it would require software. Let's see. And you can get a 1 year warranty on it. It's a solid mouse. It costs $100 to get it, and I think it would make your shaking a bit easier because there would be less mass to stop between flicks.
Yeah, makes sense.
If that makes sense. It would make your finger
Yeah.
motions easier because there's less weight to precisely move. Um, let's see. Uh, when you get it, if you get it, or if you get any new mouse, the way I would learn the grip on it is just place your fingers somewhere on it and play these two scenarios, right?
Yep.
And you'll feel small shifts in your grip, or you might not, but they might happen anyways. Just let them happen, right? And when you pick up a mouse, just if you pick it up and you start aiming and your grip is different than like the grip you mapped out for yourself the previous day, I just wouldn't worry about that, right?
Yep.
Because your let's put it like this, your brain isn't stupid. Your unconscious mind knows like where your fingers were the last time. It knows all these things. You're not putting fingers in a slightly different spot because you forgot. You're putting them in a slightly different spot because your mind found something better. Now, the risk in this, if that thing better is better because you're bad at moving your fingers and it doesn't require finger motion, then that's where you need to kind of look out. If your grip doesn't demand any movements from your fingers, you find that raw mouse control reload is tapping into your shoulder for those movements, which you'll feel. Remember how you could feel that?
Yeah.
Then you want to kind of intervene and try and reallow finger motion, right?
Yep.
Let's see. There's a lot of lighter mice. Your current mouse is just very heavy, so it'll be very hard to do exactly. It'll be very hard to be I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought. When I don't have a video script in
Right.
front of me, that happens time to time. But what it was very hard to. Well, you get the point. I'm just saying the same thing over and over again. It's you
Yeah.
don't want too much pressure in your hand. You don't want to over tense your muscles, but you'll need some tension to be able to stabilize this mouse. For the new mouse, you'll need less tension, you'll find, if you end up getting it. There's other light mice, like I have the G Wolves HSK Pro Ace. It's a 25 gram mouse, right? That your current one is 75, so this is 3 times lighter than your mouse. It's very light, very easy to move. Um, but the thing is, it's so small that the jump from this, from your current mouse, would probably be
Yeah.
a very hard to adapt to, and you probably wouldn't like it very much. Um, yeah, under 30 gram mice are very fun and cool for fingertip type grips, but at the end of the day, skill is extremely important, and you can't spend too much time worked up about your grip. So just allow finger motion, try and get stable flicks, try and find a balance between the two of them. And if you can't get that perfectly, then just it's probably just a skill issue and you just need to go and train whatever you struggle with, right? If you're not perfectly stable, then just go and train your flicks and try and become more stable. And the lighter mouse can help with those too. So let me know if you do end up buying a lighter mouse and how it affects your aim and if you like it. Um, let's see. Other than that, again, just the most important thing in aim is practice. Grip can only give you a foundation to practice on. Your mouse grip, it if you don't know how to walk, then you need to learn how to walk. You need to learn how to stand up. But that won't take you to the Olympics to sprint. You need to lift weights. You need to practice your sprints every day. Knowing the basics of how to move your legs isn't going to take you to the Olympics, right?
Yeah. Makes sense.
So you got to put in the work to get the results you want. You can't just start from scratch, if that makes sense. Let's see.
Yeah.
Anything. So, other than that, just yeah, put in the work, put in the hours. Um, the lighter mouse will probably help. And I'm just trying to think, is there anything else I want to say? Um, let me know how the things end up working out for you, and don't overthink it. I hope.
Right.
I'm sorry that this couldn't be the best session. It's hard to exactly review physical mechanics without the perfect camera, or like without a
Yeah.
camera that's like high FPS and stuff like that. And but thanks anyways, and I hope that this was as good as it could be for you.
Yeah. Yeah. It's been good. Like I said, I just needed to kind of like hear from someone who kind of like knew what they were talking about
All right.
to get like feedback on which one was better, which
All
one I should
right.
stick with, that
Cool.
kind of side of things.
Cool. And then the rock cell, set that up and that'll allow you to rotate your mouse sensor so that that thing that annoys you shouldn't bother you too much anymore. You can
Yeah.
just change it so that usually the way people like it is that when they move their wrist, their mouse draws a somewhat straight line, right? Or at
Yeah.
least it doesn't like keep moving down. And if that happens when you rotate your mouse, it's probably a good thing. If you just go into a Microsoft Paint or Google Drawings sheet, Google Drawings completely free, so you can access it wherever, and just draw straight lines with your wrist, with your eyes closed, and then just open your eyes and see how tilted they are. That can help you find the angle for your rock cell just by taking a protractor to that. Um, yeah, and just let me know if you need help with the rock cell angle at all. All right.
Yeah,
All right.
perfect.
Bye. Thank you.
Right. Cheers, mate.
Cheers. Well, that was aim coaching. First time in chat. Wanted to ask. Okay, so basically, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take YouTube videos, and maybe it'll be maybe this stream will become a video. It won't because it wasn't the best stream in the world. But then what I might do is I might make it so that the Kovacs code pops up in like one of the messages, right? I might have my editor make it so that like there's a bit more space here and like there's just a code here. Or maybe the code will be like one shade of gray off of this and it'll just be hidden in that friends bar, right? Where like I pass my mouse over here and for the 2 frames that this is lightened up, there's a code that's like the same color as this and it just appears and then it disappears, right? So it'll basically be or maybe like when I hover over a message, see how that changes color? I'm giving you guys a bunch of cool Discord ideas, but for all you know, it could be a clip of anything, but there'll be a Kovacs code in there, right? So I'm basically just gonna be hiding Kovacs codes all throughout my videos. Maybe I'll take Kovacs name. Now I'm obviously not gonna do any of these things, but I might do similar things in the future. I got 20 of these to give out. Maybe I take Kovacs name and replace his name with a code or something. Maybe I take Dopey's name and replace his name with a code, or Basin's, or someone's. Just little creative ways to make the codes hidden in the video where you wouldn't expect them. Some of them will be just slightly off color. Some of them will be hidden where you expect text, but not a code. And we'll just see how long it takes you to find them. I'm going to try and make it so that they're not visible for very long and like very hard to find. The goal is like it takes like a day or two to find, so you don't have to wake up right at 9 a.m., but rather you have to watch the video over and over again. Let's see. What else do I want to answer? Pulsar, I don't know much about Pulsar to be honest with you. Hey, I would love to have Kovacs because of these saying him, but saying Kovacs is good and Aimlabs doesn't have. Yeah, Kovacs is cool. Do you guys think the Bard pill would on raw mouse control would improve consistency of micros? So the Bard pill on raw mouse control doesn't make any sense. The targets are already so close together that you're starting with a micro adjustment, so there's just no way to Bard pill that scenario. Like, what are you gonna do? Like, take a fast flick and a slow micro adjustment from 2 dots that are like 10 pixels apart? How would you do that? No, raw mouse control is just fast micro adjustments to like push yourself and your ability to make micro adjustments. Let's see. How do I get coaching? I need it bad. Go to Medify.com and get the coaching. Medify link, Medify link, Medify link. Let me find a link for you. Medify, 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 Medify. Copy the link. Link copied. Here is my Medify. Bro is just flaming him. It was an interesting session, we'll say the least. Let's see, Val Coach. My thoughts on like Aiden the Val Coach. I'm guessing that's what you mean by that. He seems like I really don't know. I've been on like one Minecraft world with him, but we weren't even in the same VC at the time, and that's like my only interaction with Aiden the Val Coach. So I don't really know much about him. Um, my friend Rob is working with him. Other than I really don't know. It was Rob's Minecraft server, and we were just both playing on it at the same time. But other than that, I don't know anything about the Val Coach guy. But he does seem to be qualified to coach Valorant, I can say the least. I can say that, but other than that, I don't know anything about him. And he seems open to new ideas. Not everyone would hire Rob. And apparently he was considering hiring me before I told Rob that I literally had zero time with school to work 40 hours a week for Val Coach. It was also back when my channel was popping off. My channel's kind of down. Best mouse for long fingers. I don't know. My fingers are longer than my mouse. I don't really think it matters too much. I think you should just, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. As long as your mouse isn't so heavy you can't stably hold it and move your fingers, I don't think it matters. Yeah, well, let's see. Just got this DM. This guy I coached a little while ago. He was one of my early students. Pretty cool. Match MVP, match MVP, team MVP, team MVP, match MVP, match MVP, match MVP, match MVP. Pretty cool. Feeling good mechanically. Watches every video. I respect it. Was talking to my first student ever today. We're just talking about his videos and his content. This guy called Dope Eye. Yeah. Is G303 Shroud Edition any good? G303 weight. It weighs 75 grams. It's pretty heavy. I can't see anyone come. I feel like you'd run into the same issues we just spent this whole stream talking about with it. What's the best grip for model? See, these are the questions I get that don't need to be asked. It's like it's a mouse. It's not that there's a best grip for the Model O. You pick it up, you move your fingers around a bit so that you can aim with it, and then you aim with it, you know? It's not like there's supposed to be some magical grip that'll make the Model O super easy to aim on or something like that. Like that's just pick it up, move your fingers around a bit, flick around a little bit, and see what you end up with. All right. Thank you, chat. I'll talk to you next stream.